In restaurant being very mean to its own employees news, a restaurant has been accused of all kinds of workplace violations with respect to its employees. And in particular note, apparently hired spies to spy on its own workers to see what they were doing wrong in the company's eyes, including by hiring someone to pretend to be a priest to talk to the employees to get news that they could use against the employees. Wow. So this employer really, really wants to control their employees, including by hiring fake priests to talk to them about their sins, information that they can use against the employee. Wow. So the government obviously has some problems with this and is looking into it. Let's learn more. The U.S. Department of Labor announced on Monday that a restaurant company has committed an array of workplace violations, including by getting a fake priest to fish for confessions of workplace sins. Wow. So yeah, we have all kinds of problems. We want control. Let's get a priest in here to get them to talk to them, and then we can use the information for our own advantages. The Department of Labor writes that federal wage and hour investigators have seen corrupt employers try all kinds of scams to shortchange workers or intimidate and retaliate against employees. But in Northern California's attempt to use an alleged priest to get employees to admit workplace sins may be among the most shameless. The Department of Labor has found a new level, people. They found a new low. It's like, good God, we're experienced. We've seen employers try all kinds of things to shortchange their employees, but you, sir, you have found a new level of evil that is unknown to us at the Department of Labor. Wow. This whole concern concerns Chi Gabriella Inc., which runs Takira Gabrielli, 2 locations of which in Sacramento, California, and 1 in the city of Roseville. It agreed to a consent judgment, which is basically where they agreed that, yes, they did a bad, in May. They and their owners and operators, Eduardo Hernandez, Hector Manuel Martinez Galindo, and Alejandro Rodriguez, were to pay $140,000 in back wages and damages to 35 employees, and also pay $5,000 in civil money penalties. So they cheated the employees out of $140,000 in pay. Wow. An employee testified that the restaurant offered employees a priest that would hear confessions during work. How convenient, right? We have a lot of Catholic people in this workplace, and it's really a problem to go down to church and go to the confessionals. No problem. We're offering you a new workplace benefit. We're going to bring the priest here to the workplace so that you can do your confessions right here and save some time. What a nice workplace benefit, boss. Thank you for making this priest available to me, boss. It's important to my religious beliefs, boss. Wow, that's such a wonderful thing for you to do. Thank you for making them available. The priest urged the staff to get their sins out, according to the witnesses. The priest asking if they have ever stolen from the company, been late to work, did anything to hurt the company, or had bad intentions towards the organization. Can't help noticing that the solicitations for the confession seem to be very work-related. People presumably commit sins other than work, but this particular priest only interested in work-related sins. I wonder why. The Labor Department said that they discovered that Takira Garibaldi denied employees overtime pay, illegally paid managers from the employee tip pool, threatened employees with retaliation and immigration problems, and fired a person who they thought had complained to the department. Okay, it's going great over here. Takira Garibaldi. Under oath, an employee of Takira Garibaldi explained how the restaurant offered a supposed priest to hear their workplace sins, while other employees reported that a manager falsely claimed that immigration issues would be raised by the department's investigation. Nice. The employer's despicable attempts to retaliate against employees were intended to silence workers, obstruct investigation, and prevent the recovery of the unpaid wages. The U.S. Department of Labor and Solicitor's Office will not tolerate workplace retaliation and will act swiftly to make clear that immigration status has no bearing on workers' rights under the Fair Labor Standards Act. Yeah, I mean, yes, whether or not they're illegal or not, when you employ them, you have to, treat them in a reasonable way, and you can't use the fact if you don't wanna hire them because they're illegal, you can do that. So, but if they're illegal and you hire them and you employ them, then you still are subject to the Fair Labor Standards Act. Yeah.